Good night, everyone. Tonight, God is good. God is good all the time. My name is Amateur Spirits Divine. We get a little short news on tonight. We're gonna start with this. This is in Mississippi. Supreme Court decision slammed by judge. So I will be discussing the community in Mississippi. And this judge here, had rebuked the United States Supreme Court for its definition of qualified immunity, stemming from 2020 murder case. Okay, so the Supreme Court was covered by immunity, so the citizens won't be able to sue them. So if they wrong somebody, they won't be able to sue them. Now this case was like happening in 2020 murder case, and they must have wronged them, but they cannot sue them because they cover on the immunity claim, and so the judge had rebuked them. You know, so it stated a part of public shift in the law interpretation. Now, Carlton, the district judge, there was the judge in the Southern District of Mississippi, he wrote Monday that qualified immunity was invented, by the United States Supreme Court in 1967. So 1967, when the Supreme Court invented this immunity, because I guess they was constantly suing from the governor wrong them, and so they came up with this immunity to cover them so nobody won't be able to sue. So the people wrong by the government agent cannot sue the agent unless the nation's highest court previously found substance to the same act to be unconstitutional. So a lot of time they be wrong, putting somebody in jail, not doing the proper paperwork. Some people is serving 20 and 30 years and found out they ain't commit this crime. They didn't do the proper investigation. So now, even though they're in the wrong, whatever the case is, they came up with this immunity since 1967 and they've been covered. So now it's time for this to be changed. So the court agreed on these changes to protect. The court agreed on these changes. Because, see, he wrote the letter to Congress. So Congress, agreed on these changes to protect the citizen from government abuse. It's been since 1967. We had 2024. So it needs changes. And he admit that he agreed it needs changes. But he stated it cannot be changed by the judge. He just mad because the judge brought it to their attention that it needs to be changed. So this do need to be changed. A lot of these policies, that's why I'm putting together now. We'll be giving a meeting pretty soon. Because all these policies, pretty much needs to be restored. Like this need to be restored. This was 1967. And so we have to protect the citizen. And we cannot have them doing anything to the citizen and where they cannot sue. Because they have to start doing things the proper way so they won't sue. So the United States Supreme Court invented this immunity since 1967. And we had 24, so it needs to change. Now, if there is in the wrong citizen, they cannot sue due to they is covered by immunity. So a change have to happen. We have to protect the citizen, from the government abuse. So I decline immunity. I decline because they use the immunity for themselves. They covered by that, and so the citizen cannot sue them. And so that's why the judge was rebuking them, and that's why he was criticizing the court, for using her immunity in this citizen cannot do nothing about it, and she been wronged by them, and so that's why this had to change, because we had to, you had to protect the citizen, and when they is being wrong, nothing that they can do about it, so that's why we have to restore this policy, so I decline immunity, and so this until this get restored, so I talked about this the other day. Alito, remember his flag and his yard was upside down, so Trump immunity case. Now they want him to be forced out of Trump immunity case, because they feel like they're in two connection, because they want justice against Samuel, that he is disqualified. They're saying he disqualified due to the outside, pro-Trump flag that was hung upside down. That flag was a symbol. It was a symbol of the President Stop the Steal campaign of 2021. So federal judge has suspended, has suspended him until the Supreme Court rules on Trump immunity. And so I decline immunity because he have too much claim on him, and when he get immunity, all that stuff gonna be dropped because he'll be covered under immunity. So I decline the immunity claim. We can't have everyone trying to follow, former President Trump, because they will do whatever they want because they see he did, and be covered under the immunity claim. So immunity claim have to be declined, but he had to take care of his responsibilities. All that stuff will be clear out, and because it'll be covered under immunity claim. And if we let that happen, every president behind him gonna do whatever they want. Okay, I'm covered by the immunity claim. So we cannot have that. So that needs to be declined. Because he has to set example for the presidents coming behind him. So that's all I have for today. We talk about the Mississippi judge. The Supreme Court is covered by the immunity, claim also. And so the citizen had a case since 2020. And the judge, the person, because a lot of people is serving time for being wrong accused, and so the Mercer Council was suing from them being in a wrong, but then they came up with the immunity since 1967, and they've been covered ever since. So now it needs to be restored and it needs to be changed, So I will try to come up with a policy for immunity claim to protect the citizen, So that's all I have for you today. I see y'all in the next video, and be safe.